guys, and welcome to Wizard World Virtual Experiences. I'm Meg Bonney. I'm the co-founder of purefandom.com, and I'll be moderating today's Shadowhunter panel. Yay! So excited. We're so excited to have you with us today, and we can't wait to talk to our amazing guests and ask them your questions. A few things before we dive into the world of Shadowhunters. We're streaming from Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and you guys are watching from all over the world, which is super exciting. We're so happy to have you. And these virtual panels like this will allow you to have the fun of Comic-Con in the comfort and safety of your home. So thank you for being with us. We're happy to have you. Wizard World also offers free celebrity panels, paid exclusive experiences, including one-on-one video chats, custom recorded messages, and autographs. And those are always on sale at wizardworldvirtual.com. So if you're able, definitely check those out. Also, don't forget to hit up Wizard World's virtual convention floor at wizardworldvault.com. You can get signed memorabilia and check out amazing works of art from artists and vendors. That's wizardworldvault.com. You can also visit Facebook and wizardworldvirtual.com for updates on future panels. I'll be asking your questions today, so make sure you get those in. We're so excited for you to be here. Let's bring out our guests. So excited. Put your little emoji hands together or whatever it is you guys do, you hip kids. First up, we have, she plays Lilith, Anna Hopkins.
Hi.
Hi there.
Look at this crowd.
They're going wild, Anna. And next, she plays Jocelyn Frey, Maxim Roy.
Hi. My hand was right in front of the camera. Such an amateur. Hi.
Welcome. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
I just put some makeup on.
You both look fabulous.
I actually put a shirt on, which is better than my sweatshirt that I had on.
Sweatshirt, but the shirt is also nice.
You know, I have to say that, like we said earlier when we tested, Anna and I have never met in person. So this is our first meeting, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And we've been on two shows together, but never acted, Bad Blood and Shadowhunters. So.
And we're from
so cool.
City.
I know.
It's weird. It's very weird. We've never met, but I'm really happy that it's just us today.
Yes, me too. Me too.
It's a little girls' night. I'm so happy that you guys have finally come together. It's very like Taylor Swift, Invisible String. We've always been kind of parallel universing. I love it.
It's true.
The bell just went off. I just referenced Taylor Swift in an interview. So bing.
Okay. Very good.
The world is once again happy. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard when I was introing you, bringing you on the virtual stage here. There's people watching from all over the world. So I don't know if you want to just give them a quick hi, because I know how much these fans love this show and how much they mean to you guys. But Wisconsin, Australia, Virginia, Quebec, Portugal, Canada, Argentina, Romania, Germany, California, Melbourne, like everywhere. Everyone's here.
Wow.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming.
And it's late in some places. Like some places, Australia is next day. It's tomorrow morning.
Right.
And
Romania is probably really late. I'm half Romanian, so hi.
There you
go.
Are
you really? You're half Romanian. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Romanian, Hungarian.
Oh my God, that's a great culture. That's a great background to have. Great food. Yeah.
All right, if you guys are ready, we can dive right into the fan questions. One of the first questions that we have is from Kat Nickel. Wants to know if you guys have read the books.
So when I got cast, it was like very, I'm sure Maxim, you know about this, like it's like you get the role and then like 4 days later you're shooting sort of thing. So I got the role and they were like, all right, you start in 7 days. And oh, by the way, this is the role you're playing, because they, you don't even know what you're auditioning for. And Todd and Darren said, well, why don't you watch these particular episodes, and if you want to have a look at the book that pertains to this particular season. So I read that book. Someone will have to help me on what it's called. There's so many titles, but I read the book that pertains to season 3, or at least 3A. And they were very cozy, got pretty into it, I have to say.
Well, same. I was cast, and I think I was starting 4 days later.
Oh God.
That was, and it wasn't even the first day. Actually, my first day it wasn't the official first day of shooting, which it was like it was very odd, but it was the whole opening scene when Clary is young and the monster comes out of the lake.
Right.
And we're doing that whole thing, but that was literally 4 days before I got the call, like, you have to be in Toronto. You're flying to Toronto tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And you're starting. Yeah. So I didn't read before I started. I read the first book, but I didn't even have time, because then I started shooting nonstop. And then I only started reading within like 2 months into the shoot. I actually got the book and started reading. So.
But the scripts differ quite a bit. So it's like, once you're in the world of the scripts, it's kind of like, it's more just recreational reading at that point, because it's not totally linked with what you're doing, but the world is obviously there. So.
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie either. Like I waited for the first season. Yeah, I saw the movie after the first season. I think I watched it, but I didn't want to be, Lena Headey plays Jocelyn in the movie, so I didn't want to be influenced by her.
You have a similar thing. Like, I could see you in Game of Thrones. Just gonna put that out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shame, especially with my short hair. Shame. Yeah. Thank you. I love Lena Headey. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
You do no wrong in my book. Yeah.
That's really cool. And for the record, Anna, I could see you also in Game of Thrones. So let's just like speak that into existence, into the prequels.
Yeah, we should do that. All right. It's like my family, or just, people in your life who aren't in the industry. I've heard like people say that a lot. Like, you know what you should do? You should be on Game of Thrones. Or someone else was like, you should try and get on SNL. And I'm like, yeah, it's not how it works.
Because it's that easy.
Like, oh, sure, fine.
You could totally be in Star Wars. You could totally play Wonder Woman. You could play Wonder Woman's mother. Oh yeah, okay. I'll play. I'll call someone. Like, yeah, it's not that easy.
But I could see you in Game of Thrones.
Same.
Just that, yes. Okay, so another fan question this is from Autumn Dawn wants to know if you have a favorite song from the show, because it was very musically inclined, a really great soundtrack. If maybe even like a musical moment that you remember.
Go, Anna.
Oh, you go.
I have no, like, the names I'm really bad at, but the song that was playing when Jocelyn wakes up, that song, I have chills just thinking about it. That's such a beautiful song. There's a beautiful buildup, and I don't know the artist, but it was a beautiful song. But the music was a very strong point, I think, for Shadowhunters. It was, the music was amazing on that show.
Yeah, it's like, I don't, when you're shooting, you don't hear any music. But then you'll see an episode here and there, but I don't know, like, I haven't rewatched anything really. Because it's like, by the time you see the episode, you've actually sort of seen it so many times in your head. But definitely the opening credits music is the best. I mean, that's the I can't really sing it, but it's very good. I would say that.
I love when shows have an opening and you can and like it gives you the option to skip, and I'm like, no, you don't ever skip this one.
Yeah, no, it's a great opening. Actually, the opening of I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've never watched it, because I always fall asleep at the opening because it's so long and good. And I know, I'm sorry.
Anna.
I know.
So disappointing.
I've seen like certain things, but I will watch it.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it. You have to watch it because it's exactly what's going on in the world right now. So
maybe that's
so
not why I'm watching.
similar.
Why I'm not watching it. But
yeah, and the music. But yeah, the music in Game of Thrones is just like I've never skipped it.
Sequence, it's so good. Like I know that.
Yeah.
I love that that's your knowledge. Like, do you know any of the spoilers? Because you should live tweet yourself watching Game of Thrones.
I should definitely do that. I feel like I definitely know some spoilers because my boyfriend was watching. Like I sort of peripherally watched it, but I will watch it and live tweet it. It's gonna be so lame. People are like, "Yeah, that's what happened."
You have time because we're in lockdown again.
Yeah,
it's just announced we're in lockdown again.
I know.
So
Speaking of lockdown, what have you guys been doing or watching or baking or drinking or screaming? What have you been doing?
Drinking?
I have not learned a new skill. Like some people have learned languages and they've learned how to bake and they're just like making their own soaps. I have learned nothing. Okay. I've had major anxiety.
Yeah, same.
That I've had.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at it. But I haven't, I'm lying. I developed a show with 2 writers.
Wow.
On Zoom, and I'm very happy about it. It's brilliant and you'll love it. But and I'm going to call you, Anna.
Congratulations. Yes, I'm here. I'm not doing anything.
But I haven't, but I've been good. I have not been drinking at all. I mean, because I'm by myself with my cat and I feel that it would not good. It would go sideways. But I haven't been doing anything great aside from like catching up on TV, like a lot of shows and movies that I hadn't seen. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like there were just so many phases of this. Like it was so. Yeah, I'm in the less wine phase because I was like, this can't go on forever. This is bad. But I was definitely getting into like every night, like cooking something fun and drinking and just like having a great time. But then that wore off. And
now it's like, I'm going to have popcorn and wine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went into like also like delivery a lot, which was also crazy because it's like so expensive and it's like, why are you doing this? It's a block away. What else? Well, I definitely watched. What am I watching? Oh, well, every portion was something different. But right now I'm finally watching Picard, which I'm really into. I watched the pilot like a while ago and I never got into it, but it's just like the perfect, it's that kind of sci-fi that's still, it's not like apocalyptic. It's like kind of calming. And even though there is like, a lot of tension and conflict, it's a really good show. I'm also watching The Third Day. Have you heard of that? It's a new show on HBO. And it's insane. You must watch it.
Oh, with the actress that plays Moneypenny?
I don't know.
The beautiful mixed British actress that's on James Bond.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Jude Law is in the first like 2 or 3 episodes, and then she's the counterpart. It's really interestingly done. But do you remember the Sleep No More in New York? That like interactive experience that it was like Macbeth. Anyways, I'm talking about weird things, but it's those people that made this show, so it's super cool and interesting. I bet you would really yeah, they just did a live episode. Yes, it's crazy. Anyways, I'm plugging this show. I'm not on it. It's great.
Okay.
It's called The Third Day.
The Third Day. Very interesting, very creative. Very weird.
I'm just finishing The Boys is, they have I'm blown away, and I've auditioned 5 times for this show, and I was like, I'm never watching it. I'm never watching it. You're never hiring me. And it's so good. Oh my God, it's brilliant. The actors are unbelievable, and it's it's so absurd to see these superheroes walking around dressed as superheroes, and then everything is so real, and it's brilliantly done. I'm very into it.
I watched like the first, I think the first season was like last year, right? So it was just, yeah. So I watched a bit last year. I need to get into it.
Yeah, there's a new episode that came out today. I can't wait for tonight. That's I'm gonna watch the episode tonight.
I hope you all get on your shows that you're so passionate about.
Yeah, thank you.
Rooting for you guys. I'm gonna take another fan question. Let's see here. Jose Mesa wants to know, what was your strangest fan experience you've ever had, if you've had one? Don't say this. This isn't one of them.
This is so strange. I don't know if I've had like a strange, I think what's just inherently strange is like meeting a fan, like someone who's like, I know you. And like, especially if there's somebody from really far away, it's like a really interesting experience, but I've never had any sort of like strange or negative experience. I think it's all kind of interesting and weird.
Yeah. I think my first, it was strange because the show hadn't aired yet. And we were shooting. I was in Toronto and I was at the pharmacy, and I was just bent down, like I was in a little ball, and I was sick that day, and I was looking for medication, and I had a baseball cap, and my hair was dyed red, and I had long hair, and I just heard, "Excuse me, are you Maxim Roy?" And they knew my name, and I turned and I'm like, "Yeah," and there were 3 young girls, like 16-year-old girls, and they said, "Oh my God, it is you!" And I was like, "How do you know me?" And they were like, "You play Jocelyn, you're playing," and I said, "The show hasn't aired. We're just shooting like the first season. We're shooting the first season." But the social media was so powerful that it was out, and they knew the hotel we were staying at. And that was an odd thing for me. That was my first like, how did you, it was odd. Like, you always feel, especially in Canada, you kind of always feel invisible. Yeah. I never feel like nobody ever recognizes me here. So Montreal is a different story, but in English Canada, you kind of don't feel that anybody knows who you are. So it was the strangest feeling. And that's when I realized, oh, this has a fandom. Like, this is going to be something.
Oh yeah. The fandom of this show, just even writing about this show, has been such an experience. What has that been like on your side of things? Just seeing how they reacted to the cancellation, how they rallied to get more, like, what has that been like for you to witness and be a part of?
Well, I think same with Maxim. Like, especially coming in later in the season, it was, first of all, somewhat intimidating because there's just like so many people out there who are watching the show, and they're just really engaged. So that at first was like, oh my God, like, are they going to like the character? Are they going to like this, et cetera? And then once you're in, like, the engagement is just, I've never experienced anything like that. And then obviously, like, when the Save Shadowhunters came about, like, that's some resiliency. Like, I could not believe, it just made it, at least I know for other people too, it just made you feel really nice and supported and like, okay, like, people actually want this. So no, it's a way of connecting with people. It's insane. I've never before or after, I haven't experienced anything like it.
Yeah, and it was really beautiful to see how people embraced your character.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, I mean, because you're evil, and but it's an interesting fandom because they really like the bad guys, like, they really embrace the drama.
I didn't think they were gonna, because I've had experiences on shows that you come in for a little bit, and if you're doing your job well, they don't actually like you because you're screwing something up with the love interests or the leads or whatever. And I've had that on social media for sure, like, people kind of not super into your character. So I was kind of like PTSD with this. I was like, oh God, like, I'm doing horrible things to Jace, but people were like, cool. I'm like, great.
very sadistic fandom. It's very odd. Yeah. It was very, yeah, it was an interesting experience to see how, yeah, who they like, who they don't like, and for what reasons. Like Jocelyn was love or hate also. Like some people just adored her. And then you had a bunch of young women who just, I guess they have issues with their mothers because they just didn't understand that Jocelyn was trying to protect her daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, I took it personally at some point. I was like, why are they hating the mother when she didn't do anything wrong? She was just, her intentions were always so good.
Interesting.
So it was really fascinating. It was like, is it me? Like, is it maybe it's just me, or the interpretation that I'm doing? Or it was interesting to see. But then there was like a whole bunch of people that loved her.
Love you. Yeah.
And so yeah, but yeah, it was intense, very intense.
And as a viewer and a mother, I watch those shows, like especially your character, Maxim. Like I watch it, I'm like, no, Clary, you go back home. Like, what are you doing, girl? And like I see that from both perspectives. So I totally get what you're saying. Because as a mom, I'm like, no. You're right. She's doing the right thing. She's a good mom. And everyone's like, oh, she's like messing up the ship. Like, I'm with you. I get it.
Yeah. That ship. That's
That's so funny.
Okay, so some more you guys are great. I love all of these questions, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so this question is for Anna, and we talked a little bit about playing a dark role. Gillian wants to know if this is the darkest role that you have played.
Yes. I have not burned my child in other roles. I've not lit my child on fire in other roles. Woo! Oh boy. I mean, yeah, it's definitely in the realm of fantasy, certainly the darkest. I think in Bad Blood, it was almost like a real world version of someone who really does not have compassion or empathy for others, but
a soul.
For a soul. But yes, definitely Lilith is, I don't know if I will ever come across a more evil character to play. Who knows?
There's still time, right?
Yeah.
You could definitely land a new 2020 version of Lilith, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope she's up there.
Okay, we have another question from Twitter. This is from Amanda. Amanda wanted to know, what was your last day on set like? Yeah, I know this year's been like 3,000 years long, but try to remember. Go back to a simpler time.
It's true.
I believe my last day on set was when we did the Lilith turns into her wraith and flies away.
You're so scary.
And that was, I believe, if I remember, I might be mixing it up with another day, but it was a day where Todd was directing the episode. So that was really, it was really nice. And there was this kind of ease because he's the showrunner. And so it was kind of like a bit of a goodbye party. And it was after they had canceled the show, but they were still shooting it. So it was really nice. And I was in my goop, all my black goop. I got to do it one more time. So, reveled in that.
That's nice. Oh, for me too?
Yeah.
Oh, my last day, well, it was, I came back for that one scene, which was really emotional. But the one before that, when my character died, was awful. It was really, I was so sad. I was really, really sad. and everybody was sad, and the crew was all the guys and girls were coming up to me and hugging me, and it was very shocking that my character was getting killed off, because it wasn't supposed to be that way, so in the books. So I was super sad to leave. I was really disappointed, and yeah, I've never actually talked about it, but I was really disappointed that's the decision they made. But luckily I came back for one more day. So that time was, to get the ruins back on and put the wig on, the red wig. And it was just, and it was, Verite was doing the wonderful makeup artist was doing that. She took like 2 hours to do my makeup. Like, she was just like, I'm just going to milk this. I'm just at this moment of redoing Jocelyn one last time.
Aww.
So yeah, I was in hair and makeup for like 3 hours
That's
before,
so
just
fun.
chatting with the girls, and they made me look like an angel again, and it was wonderful. I was really happy to go back for that one scene, to have it felt like I finally had closure with Clary. That one scene. Yeah,
that's so nice.
That's awesome.
I love Verity. She's the best.
She is. She's so good.
Well, and just in general, costuming and like you said, the ruins, how long would that take? Like, not your goop, Anna, because that's like a whole different thing, but how long did it take to get like the ruins and all of that on?
The runes were, they got it down after a while. They were like pros. It was like slapping it on the water. And it was just, at first it took longer because the placements were really important, and to be, for continuity, it was super important. But when they got it down, it didn't take long. It was like 10 minutes. It wasn't that bad. Yeah. To take it off was longer. But I like I would fly sometimes, like just go directly to the airport and keep the ruins on, because people would just go, and it was like they came up to my neck, and it was so cool. I just felt like badass with the ruins on. So
That's
fun.
funny.
That's awesome. And what was the goop process like?
Oh, I mean, the goop process was really something else. It was like, I think at first we would do like an airbrush of like the coal color, and then they would put on this, like, it looked kind of like crude oil, like it was like this black gooey stuff that would go on there, and then all through the hair, and then like black like lips, and then black blood in the mouth. So that took like 2 hours, and then but taking it off was it was so insane. Like, I've told this story a few times, so I'm sure it's redundant to some people, but it really was one of my first days of shooting. And they put the scene where I'm in the goop before a scene where I have to be completely Lilith. And we're not shooting on the set, we're in the city. We're at the church. So they got a hotel room near the church for me to go after they did all the goop, to go in and clean off. So I had to walk through the hotel lobby like that. People were so disturbed. And then like, they're just like, it just did not compute. And then we get to the hotel room, and I go into the shower, and it's just not coming off. Like, there's just no way this stuff is coming off. So they have to go get these like all these different products to break it down. And Brian, the makeup artist, that's when we really got to know each other, come into the shower. Actually, 2 other people came into the shower, and they're just like scrubbing me down. We had to do it was so insane. So I did it almost on my first day, and then on the last day of the whole season. So only twice, thankfully. It's very exfoliating.
I bet. Like 3 layers of skin.
So fun to hear these stories, because people don't realize how strange and uncomfortable and embarrassing sometimes. Like, you're in a shower with strangers, and it's not fun. It's not. It's not the most pleasant thing.
Thank God that they were like, they became, friends after, and they're like great people. But yeah, you never know what's gonna happen to you. Like, you're just going with the flow, really.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's amazing. And like, oh, I hope though when you're walking in the lobby, what's that?
We stay in the bathtub. We couldn't get out of the bathtub.
Oh, in the hotel?
Yeah. And then they had to go get these like crazy products at Home Depot or whatever, run a different, just scrub it out. So yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wish there was like video of you walking through the lobby though.
I wish we got that. It was so insane.
Okay, let's see. Other questions. Oh, goop removal. Everyone's very excited about the goop removal story. It's Mara wanted to just say how sad the Jocelyn death scene was and that she cries every time she watches it.
Aww.
Same. Let's see. This is a fun question. Did you guys take anything from the set? Autumn wants to know if you took anything from the set.
No.
No.
Like, flash, I have everything.
No.
Did
I? What did I take?
I think the only thing I took was my chair sign, like my name.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. But as far as like props and stuff, I always felt like everything on set was so like pristine. Like you don't want to, you know. And I think my final scene was in Edam, so there wasn't much around, you know. It was just hell, dirt.
No, I did. Yeah, they gave me my chair sign on my last day, and I just costume gave me boots, FRI boots that I had.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Old, and they were old and used, and they just said you should leave with those. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, I think you should leave with those. Okay, so I left with my FRI boots, which were really cool.
That's a good win from like, costume. Yeah, that's good.
That's a good parting gift. Before I ask any more questions, I just wanted to remind all of the wonderful fans watching at home that you can still purchase paid exclusive experiences, and that includes one-on-one chats with these amazing women and custom recorded messages and autographs. And you can check that out at wizardworldvirtual.com. Let's see. What are we going to ask now? I am a little sad that Anna didn't keep any of her goop. I'm just going to be honest.
I should have kept it in a little
jar.
Yeah, just put it around my neck.
Okay, so Bettina wants to know.
Hi, Bettina.
Which set did you like most from Shadowhunters? The sets were pretty gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Institute. I think it was so beautiful. I love the where the like the not the computers, but all those screens were
like the glass.
Yeah, I thought it was really, but every set was quite lovely. The set deck was amazing on that show.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I never got to go to the Institute, but I remember watching it, like when I was watching to prepare, I was like, oh wow, it just looked for the camera, it just looked so beautiful, all that glass
and the lighting, Anna.
The lighting
was not that you need good lighting because you're so gorgeous, but
oh no, but yeah, I haven't yet experienced lighting like that on a job. I'm like, damn it.
The lighting was so gorgeous. I remember Emrod one day was like, what did you do? And I said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She's like, you look beautiful. I'm like, the lighting is coming from everywhere. It's like coming from the floors and it was just magnificent.
Yeah,
it was really good.
It was like specifically in that area. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Not mundane, you would say.
It was not mundane.
So I had to do like a pun at some point that it was not mundane lighting.
Oh,
yeah,
it was not.
Had to go there. Had to happen. So ladies, what are you working on next? I know it's a really hard time to be working on anything, but is there anything coming up for you or anything you guys want to talk about before we bid you a farewell for now?
I'm not working on anything. I'm like, I have an audition next week. No, but season 5 of The Expanse just was announced, so it's coming out December 16th, and so I'm back in that, which I'm really excited about. So watch that.
Yeah. I have a couple of things. I have a short that's going worldwide right now. It's doing really well. It's being shown at LA Shorts. And it's you can actually watch it online. It's in Austin Film Festival as well, but it's called Wichita.
Wichita.
And sorry?
Wichita.
It's 6 minutes, and it's just me the whole time, but it's a really, I think it's really well written, beautifully shot, and so that's out. And then there's another independent movie that's playing in Austin called Reboot Camp. It's a comedy. And I'm shooting a series, but next spring, so I can't even talk about it. And I have a couple. I'm doing a guest star on Private Eyes next week, which is
nice.
You know, it's nice. At least I'm easing back. It's a weird time. Like everybody's asking me too. Like, what are you working on? I'm like, it's not like we can social. It's not a regular job that we have. The social distancing is odd, so not all the projects are going forward, and some are being stopped right now.
Yeah.
So it's a weird time to be an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are very happy that you joined us today. And it sounds like it's always a little bit of a weird time to be an actor with some of your awesome stories that you shared. But we're so happy that you could take some time and chat with us. And hopefully we'll get to see more of you soon in everything and everywhere. And that does it for us today. And again, thank you so much to the fans watching at home. If you guys want to just give them a little wave.
Thank you so much.
It's like really late where some of them are.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Go to bed, drink some water.
And thanks for bringing Maxime and I together. I'm so happy that we got to talk a little bit.
I think we should have a spin-off.
I think so too.
I think we should have maybe a prequel of us and just like.
That's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Fan fiction, we'll adapt it.
Yes.
There you go, fans. Please drop that in the comments. I would love to watch that. Thank you. And before you guys go, I just wanted to shout out to the future events that we have coming up. On October 11th, there's Star Wars and Scream Queens, which is very fun for the spooky season. October 15th is Bruce Campbell versus Ted Raimi. And October 17th is The Fall Guy. So make sure you check out Wizard World for all of that fun. And again, thank you ladies so much for being here.
Thank you, Meg. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so fans, hit those emojis and throw some hearts in the chat. And we're gonna say goodbye, and they're gonna exit this virtual stage. And have a great weekend, ladies. Give it up one more time for Anna Hopkins and Maxim Roy. And bye. Thank you.
Bye.